All right, well, campaign season is now in high gear, and we all know Georgia is playing a key role.
That's right, and every Sunday morning, 11 Alive's political show, The Georgia Vote, is working to keep real voters at the center of the conversation. Investigative reporter Zach Merchant and my co-host for The Georgia Vote joining us now with the latest installment of our weekly Voice of the Voter series. Hey, Zach.
Hey, Faith, that's right. Keeping real folks at the center of the conversation is our goal each week. We want to make sure they have the space to tell us and tell their neighbors what their real life looks like. And this week we headed to DeKalb County to sit down with Pastor Anton Elwood. He is the lead pastor at St. Phillip AME Church.
You are in the 2,500 seat sanctuary of the St. Phillip AME Church.
Obviously, it's empty right now, but on a Sunday morning, what does this place look like?
It is amazing intergenerational gathering of individuals that are filled with each person from babies all the way to a member that's 101 years old.
You have a long week just like everybody else does, but your Sundays, you're right up there.
Right up there, working hard.
When you're looking out at the congregation, what's going through your mind?
Well, we know that as if there were 5 or 5,000, there are a myriad of situations, myriad of layers of things that people are dealing with and going through in their personal lives, in their professional lives, in their family lives, and in the country. So the task of the pastor and the preacher is to try to minister to all levels and all layers of each individual in each generation, which can be a task.
What do you love about it?
The people. I love to see people leave out with a smile, with joy, knowing that they have come and almost stopped at a refill place to make it through the rest of their week.
It's about being together.
Definitely. Fellowship goes a long way.
We've got a big election coming up in November. When you look ahead, what worries you the most?
Voter disenfranchisement, I would say voter suppression, and also voter fatigue. These last few election cycles have been rough. They've been rough on the individuals, been rough to watch the sparring on the news, the back and forths, the ups and downs, all of the issues that the community and the country is facing now. So I'm a bit concerned about the voter themselves.
When you look ahead to November, what's the #1 biggest issue that's going to govern how you vote?
I don't think you can avoid the economy. I don't think you can avoid inflation. I think these are the big hot items at this time when the prices on everything is astronomical, that a trip to the grocery store could cost you hundreds of dollars, that there's still seniors in the community that are choosing between prescription medication and food to eat in their refrigerators. And I know that you asked for one, but I also don't think we can avoid crime. I think gun laws, I think gun violence in the community is a crisis. And in order for us to adequately deal with what's going on and happening in our communities, I think it's important that we pay close attention to what each candidate has to say about gun violence.
We always end on this. What are you most optimistic about?
That the people will understand that they have the power. I'm really optimistic in believing that we will understand our power, our voice, the magnitude of what we have in our possession. And we are our best natural resource.
Pastor Elwood told us that he's worried about voter turnout in November. He told me he's particularly worried about youth voter turnout. He says a lot of the young people he talks to say they're feeling apathetic about politics now.
And I think that's something, Zach, that we've heard other youth also say, but it's really going to be interesting to see how these candidates can hone in those young voters, because as we know, that's going to be a very key voting demographic for both parties.
It absolutely is, and like we've heard so often in the Georgia Vote, no voting bloc is a monolith either. Pastor Elwood told me he sees himself as a little bit of a bridge between a lot of different generations in his church and a lot of different folks. Everybody is an individual.